Good morning. I am sitting here in this soaking wet tent. I don't know if you can probably see all the water droplets in the sunlight there. The condensation is heavy. It's kind of like the Amazon rainforest in here. But you know, who cares? Because we are going to McDonald's today. I think we are like 6 point something away from Cajon Pass. It's the only McDonald's on trail. Roadrunner has been looking forward to this since before we started hiking. And we're gonna buy a lot of McDonald's, and Hammer and I think Fireball, I'm not sure about me, and I don't think Roadrunner, are gonna do the McDonald's challenge, which means you eat nothing but packed out McDonald's between Cajon Pass and Wrightwood. So we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, we gotta get dried up, get packed up. Already had my coffee this morning. It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day out here. Here's a better view of all the water on the inside of my tent. We have had a wonderfully fun morning so far, and it's only 6:47 a.m. I have learned some things. We have laughed a lot, mostly about nothing. Let me tell you what I've learned. Now I don't have service, so I have not been able to Google this. Apparently the skin on your elbow is called your weenus. I don't know if this is real or not. They may be pulling one over on me. So you can comment below and let me know if this is true. However, since this morning's been nothing but shenanigans, during the live, if you haven't watched that or read the comments, we had a subscriber send in a poem about us. So I'm gonna do a poetry reading this morning to balance out our shenanigans with some education and cultural experiences. A poem for Lil'Chap, hiking dancer, Fireball, and Hammer on the PCT. In the land where mountains kiss the sky, Lil'Chap, Hammer, Fireball, and Roadrunner fly. Their spirits wild, their hearts ablaze. On the Pacific Crest Trail, they blaze their ways. Through valleys deep and forests old, they march with courage brave and bold. Lil'Chap, the guide with eyes so keen, leads the way, a wilderness dream. Hammer swings with steady might, every step a dance in the light. Fireball, with passion bright, ignites the trail with fiery might. And Roadrunner, fleet of feet, dances along with grace so sweet. Together they form a band, bound by nature's guiding hand. Through rugged terrain and rivers wide, they journey on with joyous stride. Each sunrise greets them with a smile as they hike the miles, mile by mile. Northbound they trek towards the unknown, with friendship, laughter, and tales to own. Onward they go, their spirits high, as the Pacific Crest Trail stretches to the sky. Happy trails, sincerely, Porterbrass, New York. We are 48 minutes into our hike this morning. I haven't really done hardly any filming. I've been walking along with Roadrunner, and we are just trying to get to McDonald's. We're not sure if McDonald's here stops serving breakfast at 10 or 10:30. Either way, we're gonna make it. This morning's kind of funny. It's kind of like the mad dash to Mickey D's. You can see the trail from like way off in the distance, both directions. So we just went over this high part right here, and going up, you could see all the different people like staggered on the trail coming at us. We only see one person out ahead of us, and I think it's Saunterer. So yeah, I think everybody is just driven by milkshakes, egg McMuffins, lots of cheeseburgers. A colorful hill. We're making some good time this morning. We've actually been hiking 1 hour and 57 minutes, and we have already done like 6 miles. We should make the 6.3 miles, I think it was, from camp to Cajon Pass in just a couple minutes over 2 hours. And that's not due to food motivation for me. I am bathroom motivated, like flushing toilet bathroom motivated. So that said, this is kind of surreal because we talked about Cajon Pass McDonald's on a live stream we did on Roadrunner's YouTube channel when she announced that I was her hiking partner, like well before we started this journey. And the Cajon Pass McDonald's is just like one of those iconic stops on trail. So it's feeling pretty surreal that we're here, almost. But man, this is a beautiful canyon this morning we're walking in now. I think we're gonna have probably some breakfast and then we're gonna stay there for a while. I think there's a gas station we're gonna do some resupplying, or carry out more McDonald's for the rest of our resupply. More on that later. I think that's it for now. Point 4 off trail to McDonald's. I'm loving it. Okay, I'm only about 150 yards from the parking lot here at the McDonald's, and it looks packed. It's like a McDonald's and gas station connected right off the interstate. So like everybody's stopping, it looks like. There were some comments that there's really nowhere to charge devices here, but hopefully we can find somewhere because I need a little more power. I really need to upload some videos while we're here. So I'm gonna need some more power if I upload two more videos. Probably will not do any filming while we're in there. I may do a little bit, we'll see. It's gonna be probably a few hours in here, so. I'm here. Stops like this are always interesting because it's a lot of people on the highway that have no idea the PCT's right here. So they just think we're a bunch of homeless people living out of backpacks.
Did you see donkeys? Yeah.
We tried to. There was wild donkeys.
Yeah, that's what I heard, but I never saw them.
We heard them all night.
Dances with donkeys.
All right, Fireball, what do you got going on here?
I got 8 chicken nuggets, 4 McChickens, 3 McDoubles, and some 2 apple slices because we gotta keep it healthy.
And what are you gonna do with all this McDonald's?
I'm gonna eat it in a day and a half.
Okay. Hammer, what all did you get?
I got 2, 4, 6, 8 McDoubles, 2 McChickens, and 2 4-piece nuggets.
That's a lot of McDonald's. Y'all better get some extra toilet paper. I am only halfway doing the McDonald's challenge. I got 4 McDoubles, and that'll be for like dinner tonight and lunch tomorrow. And then I do have some other resupply items. So I'm halfway participating. I just ate a bunch of McDonald's breakfast and lunch. No way I can keep eating McDonald's for like 3 days, 2.5 days. They're braver than I. Look at these new sunglasses. Ooh, they match my hat, more blue. So I got these fancy sunglasses at the gas station next to the McDonald's. They're not polarized, they're just some cheap gas station glasses. But they will work for now until I get a decent pair at some point. We got a lot of McDonald's food. So when we got there, I had a, what are those things called? A McMuffin with sausage, egg, and cheese. I had 2 of those. Then we waited a while until lunchtime. Then I had a 20-piece nugget and an ice cream cone. That was quite a bit of McDonald's. The sad part is I'm really not even that full. But I did drink a lot of lemonade and orange high C mixed together. Now we have to go walking. We were there for over 3 hours. I think it's now, oh, we were there like 3 hours and 20 minutes actually. So I'm gonna show you this little field full of wildflowers, and then we gotta do this 0.4 back to trail. We are back on trail, about to go under the interstate. There are holes in this road. The other thing I accomplished at my time at McDonald's I didn't mention, I got all my YouTube videos uploaded through yesterday. So this feels very good to be completely caught up on my side job. I might need to get a flashlight out, or at least take these sunglasses off. It's getting dark. That's Roadrunner. Okay. This is quite the interesting scene here. Different kinds of terrain. Big desert looking rocks. Big snow-covered mountains behind it. Guess that's how we know what's in store for us. We're headed back up in elevation. Wrightwood, where we're going the day after tomorrow, is quite a bit higher than where we're at. I haven't looked lately. I think it's up to over 8,000 feet again. And if you noticed on that monumental cone pass, I think I included that in the earlier clip, that was right at 3,000 feet. So between this afternoon and tomorrow, I think we have about 5,000 net feet of gain. The next day, we're only going to do a couple miles into town. We've decided we're not going to zero in Wrightwood. It's pretty expensive to stay there. So we're going to just do a very short mileage Nero into town to stay one night, and then maybe Nero back out the next day. This is the trail. Go figure. When they're standing, there's water running in. Echo! Echo! How cool is that? Just crossed those tracks. And we're gonna continue climbing. And we'll tell you what, this McDonald's is sitting heavy in my gut. There's a nice bench right out here I'm gonna show you just for this big view. We got a train coming in, blowing its whistle. See the highway in several spots. Look at that bench just right out there on this knoll. More train tracks. This is almost a 360 view. Just filled up at this water cache at the Swarthout Water Angels, it looks like. So thank you very much for putting the water here. Also a campsite here, but we're not camping here. That's the trail we came down on way over there off that hill. We just left the water cache. We're carrying 4 liters of water each because we don't think there's any water until we get to town. Not tomorrow, but the next morning. So we're gonna have to stretch that water a little bit. We sat there for a while talking to a couple guys that we've been running into. One of them is from St. Louis. Maybe I'll have to get him on here at some point. I think we'll see him again in town in a day or so. We've been climbing for a little bit here. I need to stop and take a break, so I'm going to show you something. This is like one of the differences in the AT and the PCT. See that trail goes all the way there, wraps around, and switchbacks right up. The AT would be like, let's just do a little boulder climb from here to here. Right. On the PCT, we're like, let's go a half mile that way and make a circle. So it's nice to have the easier walking. But sometimes when you can see, you're right by where you're going, and you just got to do like, I don't know, another quarter or half mile to get there instead of 30 feet. It's just a little bit like, what? Say what? It is 4:15 p.m. and Roadrunner had stopped back there for a minute, so I got to head her up the hill. I had a little hot spot I was feeling on my foot, so I stopped to take care of that and wait for her, and just thought I'd show you this big view. So I'm going to zoom back out for a second. You can see the interstate, that second white line. That's where we came from about, I think, 7 miles ago. There's 7 miles of trail between here and down there. We got to the road that was our intended destination, and there was a comment and far out. It said turn left at the road and go 0.1, and there was a spot for 3+ tents. I think I already see what they're talking about. But we have been doing some climbing.
This looks good.
Now I do have a serious question that I'd like some responses to. How you like my glasses? Let me show you. Are these better or worse than the green ones? I kind of like my green ones, but these will do for now, I guess. We've got our camp set up. Roadrunner and I are here all set up. I'm gonna do a 360 spin because this is such a cool camp spot as far as the view. We're probably gonna have a great sunrise and sunset. You can actually, it's crazy, you can see the highway down there, which is like 9.5 or something trail miles away, 9 miles. We actually did 16.1 miles today, even with our 3 hours of McDonald's, and there's Roadrunner's tent. And my tent and all my clothes and stuff out drying. And I think we were here by, I don't know, 5:15, 5:30. It's just now almost 6 o'clock. Fireball and Hammer should be here shortly, I think. I need to confess something to y'all. Roadrunner ate some dinner, and I was like, you ate how much? She had 4 McDonald's cheeseburgers. And I just thought that was crazy until I started eating my double cheeseburgers. And I kept eating, and I ate 4 McDoubles. And I don't feel like I've eaten anything. Like, I could eat a full meal. Like, the hiker hunger has fully kicked in at this point. Man, I can't get out of the sun. I can't get the camera right with the sun. It's so bright and beautiful. All right, so Fireball and Hammer made it. I'll let them tell you good night, and then I'm gonna go ahead and close this out so I can be done with the YouTubes for tonight. And I just want to sit here and enjoy this amazing view with my amazing friends for this amazing day, and hope I can make it through the night without having to run through the darkness to dig a cat hole after all this McDonald's. All right, I'm not gonna let you all say goodnight to Hammer because I don't know what he's doing over there. And you all like Fireball better anyway. She has a story to tell today. So we're gonna end today with story time.
Okay, so we're at McDonald's and I'm in the parking lot. I have my tent out and my sleeping bag out because I'm drying it in the parking lot in my little corner, just sitting there playing on my phone, and a guy pulls up with his truck and he's dangling his dollars out the window. And so I'm like, ooh, trail magic. And I go up to the window and I'm like, well, what's this for? And he's like, well, aren't you homeless? And I was like, no, I'm a hiker. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then drove off. And I was telling everyone next time I'm going to say yes, because then he'll give me the money.
So the funny thing is, when I said on video as I was walking up to McDonald's, this is like a highway stop. So most of these people here have no idea what the PCT is.
Yeah.
So places like this are always interesting because people look at us like we're homeless.
They do.
And there we go.
So then that was like my moment where I was like, yeah, I'm definitely hiker trash now.
We all have that moment. Welcome to the club. Good night, everybody.